Go ahead and ask me all the questions you need. And, you feel what I'm I've been drinking a little bit. I'm not too faded or drunk or nothing like that, but I am buzzed. I'm gonna take these shades off. You said ask me questions, shit. You wanna ask me, bro? You feel what I'm saying? No, I'm here, man. You feel what I'm saying? How does it feel to be alone for 8 years? Ask me anything, bro. When the last time you had some pussy? Yeah, two years ago. And sub five stalker don't count because I didn't stick my dick in her, bro. It didn't go inside, so that didn't work. Sub five stalker does not count as a lay. My dick would have to get inside for it to count as a lay. You feel what I'm saying? Sub five stalker ain't coming back. I think she's on life support right now, and I think she's gonna die. She's on the verge of death right now, so either that or she's at a rehabilitation, program that's teaching her how to walk and talk again. But she won't be the same after the stroke that she had. She won't be coming back. I don't think so. And I'm not saying that it's a good thing for somebody to die, but it's a good for her to be out of my hair because she's actually trying to ruin my life. Feel what I'm saying? She called the cops on me. She was throwing coffee on my car every single day. She was just harassing me and turning me into a bad guy, basically. Okay. But go ahead and ask me any questions. Anybody in the chat room? Damn. It's only like 2 people, 3 people here. Yeah, that's how my hair look like. That's my hair. I gotta get a haircut. I'm gonna get a haircut. So you guys are seeing normally you see my hair only cover up in a beanie, but this is my hair. Ask me any questions. My thing is, lately, bro, I've been thinking about just like getting in the bag and checking for black women. I like Asian women and stuff like that, man. But at the same time, bro, I gotta have a kid that look like me, man. Some of you guys, you with a Bix, you feel me? You wanna mix and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool if you wanna have a mixed children. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have mixed children, but I don't want mixed children. I'm sorry. I don't want to. I want to claim. I don't want nobody to claim they're not black in my household. Like The Rock, he don't claim that he's black. Okay, I don't want that to happen to me. I gotta have, you know, people that look like me in the household. That's just the way I look at it. But like I said, I still like Asian women, man. You know what I'm saying? I can get rid of that fetish for some reason. But at the same time, I gotta, when I start having babies, they definitely gonna look like me. You feel what I'm saying? Probably better than me. You feel what I'm saying? Probably better than me. What's up with it, Sean Breezy? What's up with it, baby? As you can see, my hair. This is my hair. I haven't, cut my hair in a while, so I'm about to cut it because it's springtime, and I'm gonna cut it down all the way to the scalp. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it close to the scalp as I want to. You know. Whatever, man. I'm here, man. You guys are, you know, come on, man. If you guys want to ask me questions, here it is right now. You know, that's why I started this channel, man, and this live stream right now because I want somebody to hear it. I want somebody to say, ask me some questions. Lately I've been getting content stolen by other YouTubers, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I know no names and shit like that. I've been getting my content stolen, by other YouTubers nowadays. They come around my channel and be like, ooh, that's a good topic to talk about. Let me bring it back to my channel. I'm not gonna give Kelcat any shine at all. I'm not gonna give Kelcat any type of recognition. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give Kelcat any type of like props for the content that he create on his channel. You know, I'm like, okay, but I don't care about that. I don't care about like building this channel. This channel has been shut down for like years. Okay, I've been banned from YouTube. I said some things in a video a while back that got me banned from YouTube. So I'll never be able to make money off of YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all are tired, guys. I'm just saying, you can get in the comment section, you can ask me questions, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys got a lot of questions and shit. Oh my god, I'm tired, guys. Oh, my leg is still messed up. Hold on, let me see. I think I'm gonna go back to this thing and get my leg frost thing to ice my knee before I go to sleep. Oh my god. Yawning, 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 yawning. You know what I'm saying? I'm so yawning, like just like that. Yes, I am yawning. I'm tired. I'm very tired. I've been drinking this shit. The reason why I got up on YouTube late right now because I was talking to a friend. You know what I'm saying? Kelcat lonely, so I had to make friends and talk to them and shit for a long time. You know. Just trying to do what I gotta do, man, in my life. I hate when people come around and steal content and they don't give me no props, so they don't give me a shout out. They can at least give me a shout out. You don't have to come around my channel and steal my content. I know what. You know what? I don't even really care. I mean, all the bigger YouTubers, they could come around and steal my content. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't even give a fuck no more. I don't care if AMS is around. I don't care if what's his name comes around. I don't care. I don't care if a Sabby guy comes around. He steals my content too. He comes around my channel. I know he does, bro. He just in a different, you know what I'm saying? He just in a different day. God damn me on it, cause I gotta go to sleep soon. But if you guys want to ask some questions, I mean, damn, you don't got no questions to ask me. I'm gonna end this live soon, bro. I'm giving you guys some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Why am I fucking yawning, bro? What's up? Okay. Oh, that shit pops. My neck pops. Shit. Okay. The way. Not saying you want or can't, but what if you don't get the jackpot by 50? Then what? I'm a little bit too smart for that. I think, what's up, D-Way? I think I'll get it way before then. Because I kind of know what I'm doing. And once you hit one jackpot, it won't be long before you hit another one. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm definitely going to get it before 50. And I won't, if I do get it, I won't be on YouTube anymore. I'm just, I gotta leave YouTube. I'll be, um, I'll be going away from YouTube, and guarantee I'll get it before 50. Trust me. It comes when it comes. I'm yawning, bro. All this yawning, bro. Let me drink some Gatorade real quick, bro. Hold on 1 second. I gotta drink some Gatorade. Maybe that'll stop the yawning. Okay. So I drank some Gatorade and some water. Okay. So I drank some Gatorade and some water to hydrate me so that way I won't wake up. That's what happened. That's the reason why I got injured, because I woke up dehydrated and I hyperextended my right leg. That's the reason why it's swollen and I can't move it. So yeah, eventually, bro, I will get another jackpot. It's just a matter of time, especially how persistent I've been doing it. I will get another one, and I'll never return to YouTube after I get my jackpot. Or I might just take a vacation from YouTube and come back. You know what I'm saying? Maybe after 3 or 4 months. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm definitely gonna take a vacation for about 3 or 4 months once I get another jackpot. You feel what I'm saying? Definitely gonna, you know, take a vacation for at least 3 months. I thought about 6 months, but I was like, nah, that's overkill, bro. Like, I don't want to take no vacation for 6 months, especially it's just to one country. It's like I might not even like the Philippines, and I'll be stuck there for 6 months. So I'm gonna go there for about 3 months, man, at the most. Get away, have a have a have a long vacation, and fuck as much pussy as I possibly can, cause I haven't had no sex in like 2 years. And this is not like other countries where you can just reach out and get sex. You know, um, out out in other countries, bro, it's a lot easier to get sex because there's less competition. If you are, you know, if you go to the Philippines and you're a black guy, you be one of the only black guys around, so you don't really have much competition. Or if you go to the Philippines and you're a white guy, and you'll be one of the only white guys around, you don't have a whole lot of competition. So it's better to go nowadays to a place where there's not a whole lot of you at. You know what I'm saying? There's not a whole lot of you. You know, where it's not saturated. Because best believe the U.S. is very saturated. The men outnumber the women here in the Bay Area, San Jose. Okay, you know. So yeah, you're gonna struggle because there's not enough women to go around, and there's a lot of dudes. Every day I see dudes. I see dudes, every day I see dudes like at the parking garage, and it be full of men, or at the stoplight, you'll see way more men than women at the stoplight. It's like, damn, bro, come on, man, really? You know, so you can't be mad about rejection now. If your ex or your girls like you to see you now, realistically, they will reject you. No, actually, my ex girlfriend took me in when I was homeless, man. The first time when me and my ex girlfriend moved in together, I didn't have a place to stay. I got evicted from my small ass apartment, but I was young, so I could get away with that. A grown ass man that's in his 40s, he's not gonna be able to get away with it unless he moves in with a grandma, like a female that's like 50 or 60. Oh, not like 50, but like she's like 60. You know what I'm saying? She's like 15 years older than you, and I don't want that, bro. So um, that's the only way you can get away with that. When I was young, um, my ex girlfriend was 10 years older than me. She was 35, and I was actually no, I was, you know, no, no, she was 9 years older than me. I'm sorry. She was 35, and I was 26 years old. So we were 9 years apart, okay? And I was in the prime of my life. I was the best that I could look physically, okay? I did it for her in the bedroom, okay? Of course, I'm 10 years younger than her, bro. Anything that's 10 years younger than you, bro, it's gonna look good. It don't matter male or female, okay? Male or female, anything that's 10 years younger gonna look better. Like, if a female get with a guy that's 10 years younger than her, he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good to her, okay? If a guy gets with a female that's 10 years younger than him, she's looking pretty good to him because she's 10 years younger. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, um, you know, me and my girlfriend, when we moved in together, I was a homeless bum, bro. But I was a very good looking dude in her eyes. So yeah, she took me in. Uh, I moved into her house. You see what I'm saying? I was 10 years younger than her. You know what I'm saying? It was cool, man. She had a the house had a swimming pool that was in a different location of the apartments and stuff, because everybody shared the swimming pool, man, in that apartment complex, or in the neighborhood. My bad. It was a neighborhood that we lived in, and everybody had shared a pool, and we used to go to the pool like once every like month or whatever in the summer, and we used to lay by the pool and stuff. We took trips together. We went to Vegas together. I took her to my ASCAP convention in LA back when I was doing music. I spent a lot of money going to LA. Um, I spent tickets. I spent money on the tickets going to the ASCAP convention. I bought all my music equipment. Well, yeah, I bought all my music equipment, left at the house. You know what I'm saying? But I paid for hotel and stuff like that. You know, going to LA, and we got together, and we stayed together for a long time. Me and my ex girlfriend. I said what, 12 years? 2006 to 2007. No, to 2017. Okay, from 2006 to 2017, you can add that up. Uh, 17, 2006, go back to, that's about 12 years or 13 years we were together. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that back in the day I could get away with, like, you know, being a bum and not having any money is because At that time, I was very lean. I had a six pack, and I was very young. I had skin that looked like fucking, like I had skin that glow in the dark. Okay, I was very good looking. My hairline was closer to my fucking. I was young. I was young. To her, I was young. Okay, and if you look at it, and if you really look at it, she was older. She was past her prime. She was 35 years old. So a lot of women, what they do is they can't get like a certain type of caliber of men that they really want, so they start checking for younger dudes. Now her ex-boyfriend was around 35 years old, around her age, but I stepped in and I stole her away from her ex-boyfriend that just broke up with her. So basically, I stole his woman when they were on a break. They broke up. I came in and I told her, I said, you better not bring him over here. I'm gonna fuck his ass up. Boy, I was young and full of testosterone. I was 26 years old. I was out of control and I was ready to fuck him up if he came over. Cause I told her, I said, don't bring him over here. Don't bring him over here. And he was like, I'm gonna fight no youngin. I ain't got no time to fight no youngin. And he was like 35 years old at the time. But but Kelcat was a fucking simp, and I was full of passion, and I was full of cum, and I was dumb. Okay, young, very young, and I was ready to fight for this woman, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I was ready to fuck him up, but he was older. He wasn't gonna rumble with me, and I knew I had the upper hand because he was 35, and I was 26. So I was like what, 9 years younger than him. So he avoided the fight. He didn't come over. I had my way with her, and we stayed together for a very long time after that. Me being homeless and everything, bro. I was homeless and everything. I used to like play video games, go to the bars and clubs. At the time, I was on unemployment, so I was getting unemployment checks, and I was just taking the unemployment. I was taking the unemployment checks, going to the bar, just blowing hella money. That's why I say I learned my lesson, bro. Like in my 20s, I was a party fucking animal. At the same time, I was into music and I was doing music and shit like that. But I was trying to share time with music and going to the bars and clubs. You know what I'm saying? My mind wasn't 100% on music, which should have been 100% on music. But that's a long story. I learned my lesson as I got older. But I noticed when I got older, I don't get any more free handouts like that. Ain't no woman gonna take me in now because I'm older and I'm not that attractive like as I used to be. When I was younger, I was like at least a seven, bro. And my girl, to be honest, bro, she was a five. I was above her in looks. So she had no problem with taking me in off the streets because I was above her in looks. And a lot of women, if you are above them in looks, they're gonna go far out and beyond, right? They're gonna fucking let you slide with being broke. Remember, I told you in my other video, I said they're gonna let you slide with being broke, like Chads and Tyrones. They get passes because they're young and they're Tyrones and Chads. Okay? If the woman is below you in looks, she will let you slide with being broke. She don't care about you having a whole lot of money because you turn her on sexually in the bedroom so much. You make her come, you make her squirt, you make her bust nuts. She don't care about you not having much. She care about the bedroom. She care about what you do for her in the bedroom. You eat her pussy good, you look good, you see what I'm saying? You know, you're younger than her. That's another thing. You're younger than her. That's how I was able to move in with her, bro. She was below me in looks, bro, and I was younger. and we had a lot of sex in the beginning, me and my ex-girlfriend. The first couple of years, the first 5 years, we had a lot of sex. Boy, I was busting nuts inside of her. She had that diaphragm thing, so she couldn't get pregnant. So I was able to not have any condom and bust nuts inside her pussy without her getting pregnant. She had that diaphragm. What's it called? What was it called? The pregnancy prevention thing that they put inside the coochie. You feel? What's up with it, Raymond? What's up with it, baby? The, the diaphragm thing that they put inside their coochie so they won't get pregnant. She had that in there. I could feel it when I hit it. I could feel the little string and shit inside her coochie and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Um, um, but I can't get away with that no more. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm old. Unless I get with a grandma. Unless I get with a woman that's 60, I can get away with that. If I can go live with a 60-year-old woman, bro. But I'm not attracted to 60-year-old women like that. I probably couldn't even get a hard on with a woman that's 60, bro. You feel what I'm saying? When you're younger, you can get away with a lot of shit. When you above her in looks, you can get away with a lot of shit. Ask Sub 5 Stalker how I tried to like get rid of this bitch, and she kept coming around throwing coffee on my car every single day because I was trying to get rid of her. I'm above her in looks, so I could do whatever, and she'll still keep coming back come back around and taking punishment. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these women, when you are above them in looks, they take a lot of punishment. They'll take you off the streets and bring you into their home to live with them. For real. I had my homeboy James was like this. Throughout his 20s and 30s, he stayed with women. But then I think what happened was the date market got really competitive over here for him. So he ended up homeless. But he found somebody or some female that was below his looks level over there in in Texas. My homeboy James. Okay, he's a guy. He was a Tyrone. He was around. He was at 8 in looks. He was a light skinned black dude. Okay, he found a female that was overweight over there in Texas, and she had a lot of money. You see what I'm saying? Uh, she had a lot of money. She was below his looks level. Cause I was like, well, I was like, James, bro. She was like, fat, bro. What's going on? What you doing, man? He was like, man, I was homeless, so I met her online, and um, I moved out to Texas, and she had a big ass house. She had cars and stuff, and she even bought him a few cars, bro, when he moved out there. And I was wondering why he was dating below his looks level. I was like, dude, you dating below you? What's going on? The broad had bread. She had money. You feel what I'm saying? So he saw it as an opportunity, to come up, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know, um, he said, based on how you are a Pookie, you just older. I'm an older Pookie, bro. Kelcan is a Pookie. D-Way, you a fool, bro. That's the first time I heard that. Kelcan is a Pookie. Am I a Pookie? Really? I have been in jail like twice in my life. But he, he called me a Pookie. I never heard that before. You know how you are a Pookie and you just older now. I guess you can see the Pookie inside of me, right? I act like a Pookie. I got that Pookie vibe. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know. You crazy, bud. Anyway, back to what I was saying, bro. Like my homeboy James, man, he was able to get away with a lot of shit when he was younger, and then he couldn't get away with it out here in California no more. So he moved to Texas with a woman that was overweight, that had a big ass house, and he moved out there. I think he called me back like later. Um, he called me, and no matter of fact, we was talking on Facebook, and he was showing me some cars that she had bought him. I was like, damn, bro, she bought him a Corvette, and she bought him a Mercedes Benz. I was like, bro, you are fucking balling. And I looked at the picture of her, and I was like, bro, I'm like, James, this is not what you've been dating though. Your last girlfriend was a 7, bro. What happened? This broad's like a 5, but she's an overweight 5 though. She had a lot of money, bro. She wanted the Tyrone, the guy that was 6 foot tall. Matter of fact, Chad Rome. No, no, he was full black, but he was just light skinned. He was a Tyrone, a light skinned Tyrone. You feel me? And then like, um, you know, he took the money route. You feel what I'm saying? Because she had a lot of money. So that's why he got with her, and I think he's still married to her. They got married. That's right, they got married, and he's still married to her to this day. I think. Hopefully, I don't know. I haven't heard of no divorce. Matter of fact, I haven't been on my YouTube channel that added him as a friend. You feel what I'm saying? You know. But my main point is like when you're young, you can get away with a whole lot. When you older, you can't get away with a whole lot anymore. Like after a while, you just what's up with it, Jerry? How you doing? Um, when you're younger, women will give you a pass on with being broke and dusty, but because they don't expect you to have anything around, age, you know, age they don't expect you to have anything around age 22, 23, 24, all the way up to like 30, 35. They don't expect you to have a whole lot of money. But once you get to be 40, bro, you can't get away with the same shit that you was getting away with when you was a young Tyrone or a young Chad. They don't let you slide anymore. They don't give you no more, you know, they don't give you any more passes. You feel what I'm saying? That's what happened to me, man. Like I led with my looks throughout my 20s, and I got away with a whole lot. You feel what I'm saying? What's up with it? What's up with Raymond? I got away with a whole lot in my 20s because I was good looking, and I was able to manipulate a lot of females and control them with my looks. I led with my looks. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't a very like bright 20-something-year-old kid. I was very dumb. I was very stupid in my 20s. I didn't have any intelligence. I didn't have no knowledge, no wisdom. So I was fucking dumb as fuck. But what I did was I led with my looks a lot of the times, and I controlled women with my looks. There were a lot of females I was dating, they were below me. Like I was like a 7. I was dating women who were 5s and 6s, okay? And 4s, 5s and 6s. That's what I was dealing with. 4s, 5s and 6s, and so on a rare occasion, I would get a face match, which is Gwen, right? Gwen was my face match, and the other girl, Christian, she was my face match, but I couldn't hang on to them because they had what? They had options. A woman who was a 7, even back before Tinder and Bumble, or before any like dating app existed, um, those women had the options. So if you treated them a certain way, they quick to bounce on you. They're not gonna stick around. You got skills to go into the transportation or security. Uh, nah, I'm not going back to the work world, bro. I'm good. Got away with a lot more when you were younger. I swear, bro, I used to manipulate women. I used to control women with just my looks. I would just all I did was stomp my feet and pout and get upset, and they would bend over backwards for me, bro. You feel what I'm saying? When you got a woman that's below you in looks, she gonna do everything she can to keep you. Until you run across a female that's on your looks level, she's not gonna take shit from you, bro. She gonna dump you real quick, cause she got options. If you're a seven in looks, if she's a seven in looks, she's not gonna no. That's why Gwen got away from me really quickly, and that's why you know that's why what's her name got away. Tristan, the girl with the stripper body. That's why she got away. She wasn't gonna tolerate my bullshit of me mistreating her. You feel what I'm saying? But I could do that to the females that were below me. The women who were fives and sixes, I could do that all day long. I could stomp my feet and bite my nails and try, being like a prince or whatever. Instead of a princess, you'll be like a little prince just jumping up and down when things don't go your way, and you start screaming and stuff, and they were like, okay, okay, okay. You had that type of power over them females like that. But now you get older, you don't got no power no more, bro. Unless you get with a 60-something-year-old woman, bro. Other than that, you ain't got no power. You just no. You, that's why I always tell men straight up, like, get your shit done in your 20s. Don't lead with your looks or nothing like that. You feel what I'm saying? Don't lead with your looks your whole entire life. Eventually, your look gonna run out. Your looks are gonna run out. You know. Do you think you could have gotten a little seven in your prime? Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't been able to keep little seven, but I would have definitely in my prime. Yeah, I've been able to pull her. I had a woman that looked like little seven a few times when I was younger. I remember the Brazilian girl looked like her. I had a Brazilian girlfriend back when I was 17, 18 years old, back when um, Drew Hill came out with their second album, right? You know, Tell Me What It's Gonna Be. Do you see a nigga? You know what I'm saying? That song like that, right? Because I remember that those songs remind me of her. Uh, the Brazilian girl that I dated, she was around I think she was like yeah, was she a seven? Yeah, she was around a seven. The Brazilian girl that I dated was around a seven, and there was a few women that I dated from the Glass Cat that were sevens that looked like little seven, but I wouldn't have been able to keep little seven because little seven got options even before the you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, tell me, you know. Yeah, the song. Yeah. Well, but after, not that one, not tell me, but the one with tell me what it's gonna be. Do you see yourself with a nigga like me on the low? Just so you know, tell me what it's gonna. You know what I'm saying? That song, those album, that album. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Little Seven I would definitely would have got with her, but I wouldn't been able to keep her. Matter of fact, it would have been a lot harder to even have a long-term relationship with Little Seven, even before the dating apps, because a lot of dudes out there will be shooting their shot with Little Seven. Um, if I can like bring back the old me to meet Little Seven right now, yeah, she would definitely have been looking at me. She would have been like, oh. Her eyes would have been like cutting out. Because I had women that looked like seven, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, bro. I didn't have too many in my prime that looked like her, but it was like at least ten girls that looked like her in my prime that would look at me. Cause back then, bro, you got perfect skin, you got perfect teeth, you don't have a double chin, you got tighter skin, okay. You just a younger, you're just a better looking version of yourself. You got a tighter nose. Your nose is not as big. Your ears is not as big. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. I definitely would have got with Little Seven, and matter of fact, I would have got with a couple of women in Starbucks. Trust me, bro. I would have had my way with some of them employees that work there right now. Some of them young females. I would have had my way with them, big time. And I would have got some of them females to cheat on their boyfriends with me. I had a few women cheat on their fucking boyfriends with me when I was younger. I was a bad motherfucker. Now, was I a Tyrone? No, but I could have been easily an eight at one point. I think so. Maybe in my early 20s, I could have been an eight. But I got into my late 20s, I sunk down to a seven. The reason why I say that because women would cheat on their boyfriends with me. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I had women cheat on their boyfriends with me. I remember when I was younger. Remember I told you about the lady who licked my ear and shit? That's back when I was a bad motherfucker, bro. That's back when I was bad. I had my balls licked, sucked on the fucking regular. Now this is before social media popped up, bro. My dick stayed wet. I didn't my droughts wasn't at all that long, bro. I would have like a month drought or a 2 month drought. That's as long as my droughts would get. But I would always find me some fresh pussy, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So you asking me if I would have got with Little Seven in my prime? Oh yes, yes. Matter of fact, I would have stepped to her real quick because my confidence when I was younger was up. Your confidence go down when you get older and you don't have any money. So I don't have any confidence step to Little Seven. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have no confidence. I'm not young anymore. I'm not in my prime anymore. I'm past my prime now. When you get over 44, you are past your prime as a man. Okay? Your prime is done with. You are up you are up you are in your prime until you're 44 years old. After you turn 40, 45, you're no longer in your prime anymore. You're past your prime. So yeah, Little Seven is gonna reject me because I'm not young anymore. And sometimes in my head, I forget that I have aged. And I sometimes in my head I'm thinking that yeah, I still got it. I'm still that 22-year-old guy. I'm still no, I'm not that. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. And the women treat me. They treat me like that. They treat me no. You're not 22-year-old. You're not a 22-year-old motherfucker. You're not. You're old. You're at least 35, 40. You're not. No, no. Because when I went back in time, I remember how women treated me when I was in my 20, when I was 22. I got the red carpet treatment from a lot of them females. Like let's say like I hurt myself. Let's take myself back to like when I was 22. Okay, I got Little Seven in the gym right now. Maybe she should approach. What are you talking about, Sean Breezy? Oh, let's say, okay, back to what I was saying. Let's take myself back to like when I was 22 years old. Let's go back. Let's say I hurt myself. I hurt my knee. Okay. And I was hanging out at the same cafe, at 22 years old right now. Right now, I hurt my knee. The females they don't like, they're not concerned about my knee. They don't care. They're not attracted to me. But let's say I was 22 years old and I hurt my knee. Take my 22-year-old self back in time and bring him back to where I hang out at Starbucks and hurt his knee and then go in there. A lot of females would be like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Have you hurt yourself? What's really going on? Why are you limping like that? Okay, are you okay?" Yeah, for real. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like when I tore my ligaments, bro, in my knee a while back. I injured my knee in Capoeira. I had every single female just asking me, especially a female that was around my looks level or above my looks level. They would ask me like, "What's wrong with your knee? What's going on? How come you're limping like that?" You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't invisible. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't invisible. I was visible to a lot of young females because I was young. I was 22 years old. I even had sex with two sisters when I was 22, 23 years old. I had sex with two sisters, bro. Two sisters. I stuck my dick inside of two sisters that wanted me badly. So yeah, I was a bad motherfucker when I was younger. A solid 7. And I think I was an 8 because my body count is at least a hundred. I ain't gonna lie, bro. 100. And I definitely would have stepped to like my you take me back to my prime self back when I was 22 years old. I would have stepped to 7 so quick, and she would have been like, "Oh my god," she would have been like fucking laughing and cheesing and giggling. I sure would have stepped to her, and there was a possibility she could have ghosted me. She probably would never got with me, but I would have been so full of confidence. I would have stepped to her quick. Yeah, because when you're young and you're good looking, you got a whole lot of confidence, and you step to women quickly when right there on the spot when you see them, because you know you got the confidence and you know that you get pussy on a regular, so you're gonna fucking like you're gonna step. You're gonna step. When you're getting pussy on the regular, your confidence is straight up. So you're gonna step to a female like Little Seven, yeah, you're gonna step to her real quick. And when I think back when I was younger, I could have got more pussy and I could have got a higher quality of pussy when I was younger. I didn't know how good looking I really was. I didn't know. I went out on dates, so many dates with women when I was in my 20s, and I fell in love so many times. I was a real pretty boy, bro. I was like one of them Drew Hill niggas. For real, I was the niggas that was wearing, earrings in his ear. I had pierced earrings on both sides. I had a necklace, a cowrie shell necklace, a Hawaii necklace, a Hawaiian necklace. I used to wear necklaces and shit like that. I was just straight up just a pretty motherfucker. And I had waves in my hair. Uh, I used to wear stockings, or I used to wear a wave cap at night to keep my head flat and wavy. I used to have a brush, rolling with a brush every single day, brushing my hair, making sure it stayed wavy on both sides, on the top, in the back. I have my shit waved up all the time. You feel what I'm saying? Skin was on point. My skin was on glow, nigga. I used to put that skin stuff on my face to make my skin look clear. And women used to always compliment me. "Oh, you got so much. You got good skin. Your skin is so beautiful." I don't get that no more now that I'm older. You feel what I'm saying? It changed just like that. Hold on, let me get some Gatorade, bro. Okay. Um, the 30s. That's where when I noticed that women wasn't checking for me hard no more. In my early 30s, I was still getting the young females, but they started seeing me. in my early 30s. It didn't come to a stop though. It came to a stop when I noticed my skin wasn't as like smooth. Um, it said must we get the bag? Yeah, exactly. Sean Breezy. But I noticed that my skin, the pores was getting wider. Um, like my skin wasn't as smooth as it was when I was in my early 20s, my mid 20s, and my late 20s. When I got to my 30s, when I got to like 35, 36, that's when I noticed my skin wasn't as smooth. I was looking at my skin, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Maybe, maybe I'm under some type of light that's making my skin look like this, because it wasn't looking smooth anymore. The pores were bigger. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, what the fuck? I used to have small pores, and before that though, I remember my eyes, the sign, like in my early 30s, I noticed my eyes, it started like, yeah, my eyes started to grow wrinkles on the side. I was just like, what the fuck? Like on the side of my fucking like eyes, I started seeing lines and wrinkles, and around my early 30s, feel what I'm saying? And I noticed I wasn't getting as many dates. I wasn't getting laid as usual. Um, I would go out to bars. I would come up empty a lot more, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Cause I wasn't used to like so much rejection, and it got worse after age 35. Um, After age 35, I noticed that it was getting worse. Um, I was putting on more weight. I was like kryptonite. I felt like kryptonite was taking over me. I felt like all of a sudden the aging was like kryptonite to me. You feel what I'm saying? It was just like it slowed down. The free rides were stopping. You know what I'm saying? Women wasn't paying attention to me no more. I was invisible, right? After age 25, I mean 35, it's when I started becoming invisible. And my early 30s wasn't bad. I was still getting females, and that was the time where I slept with the female and said, "Oh, don't do that grandpa stuff for me." Remember, I was in my early 30s when that happened. I was like 32. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So, okay, I think that's better. After age 35, I wasn't get a young female no more for some reason. It was just like it came to a complete stop. And after age 35, I noticed that I wasn't getting young females. You know, everything was okay until age 35 happened. And then that's when I noticed that I wasn't getting young, sexy women anymore. And trust me, I was getting laid on the in my 20s. I was. It's getting cold. That's why I put my hat on, man. It's getting real cold. Where my shit at? So my feet gonna get cold. I gotta put on my jacket. Hold on, it's getting cold, guys. Okay. I appreciate it, Sean Breezy. Yeah, I got a lot of fight in me, man. It's because of my martial art training. You guys remember, I've been in martial art, so I'm pretty tough. I'm pretty tough, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been kicked, I've been punched in martial arts and stuff like that. I got a lot of fight in me, man, because I'm trained to have a tough mind and a tough and discipline. You feel what I'm saying? It's cold. I put my jacket. I got some cover for my feet. You know what I'm saying? Somebody stole my sleeping bag, so I gotta get some cover for my feet. But yeah, I'm pretty comfy, man. I'm not too cold out here and shit, man. You know, you feel what I'm saying? But I noticed I wasn't getting young females no more after a certain age. So it's all about the bag at this point, man. And that's funny you guys mentioned Little Seven. I definitely would have got with her in my yeah, I would have. Yeah, let me tell you something. I would have been visible to her. Maybe we wouldn't have never had been together long term, but I would have been visible to Little Seven when I was 22 years old. Yeah, I would have been visible. She definitely would have talked to me big time. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have the confidence to approach Little Seven because I'm older and I don't have any money. If I was older and I had money, then yeah, I would approach. Like, but you lose confidence as you get older with young females, approaching young females. You just invisible. You're not visible like you used to be. I don't care how much like body fat percentage you lose. Like, you could be at 10% body fat. You still are not going to be as good looking as you were when you were 22 years old. You're still not going to be as visible as you were when you were 22. You feel what I'm saying? You could come down to 9% body fat, 10% of body fat. You could have a six pack. You could be buff, but you're still not going to have the same allure. You feel what I'm saying? That you had when you was in your 20s. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, a few young females might still find you attractive, but as you get older, guys, you know, you're gonna get uglier and uglier as time goes by because I told you guys before, time takes away looks, and nobody's handsome and young and strong forever. You feel what I'm saying? I remember um, I was talking to this one guy a while back, and I think I told the story before. Um, he was saying that his dad or something like that. Sometimes he starts to approach like young females in their 20s, and his dad is in his 50s, and his dad was so used to being a playboy his whole entire life, he got to catch himself sometimes because he forget he has aged. He's not looking like that same player that he was in his 20s and 30s. Okay, so he's like, fuck, I can't approach those young females. I'm not young anymore, and that what hurts a lot, man. Where you don't have that allure anymore. That's that's what I'm saying. You don't have that young lion inside you no more. You're not visible to young females anymore, and as you get older without money, it gets harder to attract young females, and it's still harder to attract older females too, because they're gonna expect you to have some money also. So it's like you gotta enjoy your youth while you have it, and you shouldn't commit in a relationship when you're in your 20s. I think you should focus on just your bag because those are my mistakes. I focused more on women in my 20s and I was women crazy. Why you think I didn't accomplish my goals, bro? Because I was such a playboy and I was so in love with chasing females. You feel what I'm saying? Until one day I ran out of looks. So then you start thinking like, damn, I gotta get my shit. I gotta get my shit together. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? You're fucking like you're going after your dreams with urgency because you can't rely on your looks anymore to attract young females. So then you gotta say, okay, I gotta get the bag because I'm not as handsome as I used to be at 45 years old. I'm just not. No, I'm not. I'm not. To get young females, no. So then you say, fuck it. I'm gonna get the bag so I can continue to get young females, so I can get it, so I can get good, get back good with young females. Let me take off my socks. And me too. I was chasing ass, failed out of college, kicked off the football team. Yeah, man, chasing women. It's not. I always got to take off my socks. You never supposed to put your shoes and socks on. You gotta let your socks and stuff, your feet breathe. You feel what I'm saying? You don't want no foot fungus or nothing like that, or athlete foot. You gotta always take off your socks, your shoes and socks. I got a blanket that'll cover my feet up, so I'm good. Um, your focus, your main focus, and this is where I went wrong at. Chasing women in my 20s and not focusing on my craft, on my dream. You feel what I'm saying? And I didn't know that. I didn't have a mentor put me in the right direction. But the one thing you're not supposed to be doing in your 20s is chasing women. Um, you're not supposed to be going to no bars and clubs. You're supposed to be only focused on your dream, your craft, or whatever you're going after. It could be schooling, it could be music, it could be acting career or something like that. But whatever you focus on, you're supposed to be what I'm doing right now. Basically, um, not chasing ass and going long periods without sex. It's been 2 years since I had sex. You feel what I'm saying? And this would have never had happened in my 20s. I would have been had some draws by now. And if you could bring me back to my fucking like my 22-year-old self, well, I would have been fucked a lot of those bitches in Starbucks right now. Let's put it this way. You see what I'm saying? I would have been had little seven, maybe. I think little seven would, you know, it probably would have been like a 50-50 thing with little seven, okay? It depends, if she likes black men or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? It depends. If she liked black men, I would have had a better chance with little seven because she's Filipina. Little seven is Filipina. If she was a black man lover, yeah, I would have had a better chance of getting at her. You see what I'm saying? If she wasn't, then she probably would have shot me down. But yeah, if she was a black man lover, then yeah, I would have gotten with her big time. He said he's a man I was pumping and dumping at college. Yeah, because everybody's full of looks, bro. Like when you're young, bro, you got the most perfect skin. When you're young, your skin is tighter on you. It's not just perfect, but your skin, your face is tighter. Your nose is smaller. Your nose, my nose got bigger in my late 30s. I realized I was like, what the fuck? I looked in the mirror, and then I had took a picture of myself, and I was about to put the picture, you know, I think it was playing fish, or was I think I was like setting up a account with was it I was setting up a account of with I think it was Bumble or a Tinder. I think it was one of those accounts, and I looked at one of the pictures and I saw this big ass bell pepper nose. I was like, where does nose come from? I was like, oh no, my nose got bigger. And then somebody had left a comment about my nose. I was like, no, this never happened in my 20s where somebody was teasing me about my nose. I said, oh no, my nose got bigger for some reason. I mean, and then I looked online. It said, well, when you get older, your nose and your ears continue to grow. I'm sorry. That's what they were saying online. It's like you get older, everything start heading down south. You feel what I'm saying? The nose always grows. Yeah, it keeps on growing throughout your years. And then, like, believe it or not, your nose has something to do with your looks. It affects your looks. You know, I had females look at my prime pictures and then look at me in my 30s and they asking me what happened. Like, what happened to you? Bitch, I got fucking older. That's what happened. Fucking stupid ass bitch. Some female asked me that, bro. I got mad at that, bro, for some reason. But she gonna ask me, you know what I'm saying, what happened? What happened? I got older. I'm not as young and youthful like I used to be. And let me tell you, I had both. I had MILFs. I had, cougars. I had young females. So my pool was bigger with women. I had more variety. You get older, all you got is older women. You don't have younger women no more, right? When you get older, you know. So your pool of women shrink. Now, does it go away completely? No. Eventually, yeah, you still, like, as an older guy, you still can pull, but the numbers are lower. You know, you're not pulling as many. Yeah, you can still pull. There's some women that find you attractive as a 45-year-old man. They're just gonna be older females. They're gonna be around 37, 38, 39. Most of the women that I attract in bars are around 38, 39. The last female that I was making out with, you know, the female that was a whore, that she went both ways or something like that, and then I left her at the bar and I ghosted her. She was 39 at the time, and I was like 44 or something like that. That was last year. You feel what I'm saying? Um, and the other girl too, the other girl that was hovering around me, she was in her late 30s. So I was able just to pull women in their late 30s to early 40s. Women now, anywhere, they will date men who are around their age. That's what women like. You see young females with young men. You got older females in their late 30s checking for dudes who are from late 30s to like early 40s to mid 40s. Okay, so as young as I get them, I could get them nowadays is in their late 30s. That's as young as I could get them. I could get them around 38, 39, and I'm 45. So they don't like mind me being 6 years older than them. You see what I'm saying? That's not that many years. But what they trip about is you being 15 years uh, older or 20 years older than them. That's when they trip. Then that's when you become a sugar daddy. You know, if you're 15 years, 20 years older than them, they look at you as a sugar daddy. You feel what I'm saying? These females, they look at you as a sugar daddy after a certain age. So that's why I wasn't able to pull any young females anymore at a certain age. That shit don't last forever, guys. You think that your youth is forever and it's eternal? No, the years are gonna keep on going by, and eventually you're not gonna be able to attract young women anymore. That's it. Unless you got a lot of money, unless you got the bag, then you can still continue to attract. But after a while, bro, they're gonna be look at you. They're gonna look at you as you old, man. They're gonna look at you. They're gonna look at you like you're old. Like this one Hispanic woman in there in Starbucks. I'm invisible to her, bro. She don't even see me. You know what I'm saying? She don't even know my name. She could care less about my name. There's a few women in there that remember my name and they're attracted to me. Like what's her name? Her name was I can't forget her name. She's a woman with a big old butt. You know what I'm saying? Um, and her booty is nice and round. But she's married now. But I could tell she got a little crush on me and shit, even though she married. So um, she's a four in looks. You know, she's very nice to me. She remembers my name all the time. She calls me by my name all the time in Starbucks. The other females, they could care less about what my name is. That's how I know this female, she likes me. Because the other females, they could care less about what my name is. They could care less about striking a conversation with me, right? But this female, she actually talks to me. She strikes a conversation with me. She has more words than just hello and goodbyes to me. You feel what I'm saying? She always asks me how am I, how are you, how are you doing, you know what I'm saying? So she's really just very nice to me. The other ones I'm invisible to. So I that you know, being an introvert, you know who like you, who's interested in you, and who's not. Young females, if they're not interested in you, they won't even strike a conversation with you. Matter of fact, as far as they're concerned, you're not there. You are a fly on the wall. You're not, no, they don't remember your name. They could care less about your name. But this woman, she remembers my name. You know what I'm saying? And there's another female that's like that too, another female. But for some reason, she stopped talking to me, man, which kind of pissed me off because I liked her and she was very tall. She was an Asian female, you know, and I liked her. And I was like, man, why did she stop talking to me? All of a sudden, maybe she found something out about me or something like that. But she just don't talk to me no more. She don't call me by my name anymore. You know, remember that video with with um with Neo, and he had that song when he went into the office, and all the females was calling him by his name, like, "Good morning, Neo. Good morning, Neo. Good morning, Neo." Good. That's how I felt with her, man. Cause she used to, when I used to walk into Starbucks, she'd be like, "Good morning, Kel. Good morning, Kel. Good morning, Kel." And I would get, when she would say that, my dick would get hard immediately. My dick would get hard immediately. I'd be like, man, this broad that got me started. But she don't talk to me no more for some reason, and she don't even call me by my name anymore for some reason. Yeah, yeah, independent. Yeah, yeah, the independent song with Neil. That's how she was. The one, you know, the tall Asian female around. She's 5'8". You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, I lost interest. You know, she lost interest in me or something like that. But the other female, she's still cool. You know what I'm saying? She called me by my name. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how you know, that's how you know they like you versus the ones who don't like you. Like Little Seven, she could give a fuck about what my name is, bro. You know, she don't even know my name, and she don't want to know because she's in her own little world. You know, she's a princess. She got that princess attitude, bro. That's why I knew that guy, that incel guy, I knew he was in trouble when he approached her. I was like, oh no, he gonna get fucking roasted. He's about to get in trouble. He's about to get his feelings hurt. It's gonna be a mess when he approached her. And when he approached her, you know, she reacted just like I knew that, you know, that she was going to react. I knew that she was going to react in a certain type of way. It was going to be, get away from me, creep. Get your ugly old ass with hair coming out your nose and hair coming out of your ears. Get your ass away from me. I knew she was going to have that mentality because she's a princess, bro. You feel what I'm saying? When women are princesses, they're like seven, eight, nines, and tens. They're used to a certain attention from a certain level of guys. But when a guy that's way below her looks level, that's old, that got hair coming out of his ears, approaches them, they're gonna feel grossed out. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna like that. But the other females who were lesser, prettier uh, than her, when the incel guy would approach them, and they'll be like, "Good morning, Robert. How are you, Robert?" And he'd be like, "I'm fine. I'm good." And then he would feel good because he was getting some type of response from some of them lesser attractive females in Starbucks. The some of those some of the people the dude some of the women that work there, okay, some of the staff members, and they would like the fat chick, the fat chick in there, she's like a four, and she would respond to like Robert and say, "How are you, Robert? How you doing? Okay, fine, Robert. Okay, how?" And he would be happy that he's getting some type of response. But when he approached Little Seven, man, I knew he was in trouble. I said, no, this is not gonna end well, bro. And it turned out the way I thought it was gonna end, and he got mad when the Enso guy he got mad when Little Seven did not wanna respond the way he wanted her to respond. She basically said fine, or oh really, or those the words she gave him, and he got mad. He was like, "Oh, I know you voted for Donald Trump, didn't you?" Like, bruh, what the fuck does Donald Trump got to do with you getting rejected in here, bruh? Like, you fuck. And then he ran out of there, bro. He was mad. He was upset. He got his feelings hurt. But I'm like, bro, that's the type of woman that you don't want to approach. You're gonna get your feelings hurt, bro. She's a little princess, bro. She got dudes like chasing after her all day long, bro. She got options, even though she's 5 foot. She's a very cute 5 foot, bro. Very cute. Okay, she could be an eight, but she got some flaws in her face that keeps her from being an eight. You feel what I'm saying? And her height keeps her from being an eight too, because she's too goddamn short. Um, yeah, when I would have pulled Little Seven, um, I can say maybe a 50-50 chance, but I can guarantee I would have been visible. She would have known my name, and she would have been trying to get to know me. You know, so whatever, bro. But I'm gonna get some sleep, man. I'm tired. It's already what, 11 o'clock. I gotta get some sleep. I gotta take some painkillers. My knee is still fucked up. I'm still injured. It looks like I'm gonna be injured for a month. That's what one of my friends said. He said, "Man, you're gonna be out for like a month. You hyperextended your shit." That's what he said. Cause I told him that I couldn't bend my leg. He's like, "Oh yeah, you hyperextended your shit. So your injury is gonna last for like a month or two." And I was like, "Oh man." So guess what, Cat people? All you motherfuckers who follow me, you're gonna get the last laugh because I'm gonna put on weight. I'm not gonna be able to do cardio. Okay? I could do push-ups, sit-ups, and stuff like that, and I could barely do burpees. I tried to do that today, man, but it was too painful, so I had to stop. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I won't be able to do no running or jumping for like at least like 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm fucked up right now. So I'm gonna put on weight, whatever. I'm still do push-ups and sit-ups and stuff, man. So at least I'm doing something, some type of exercise. Anyway, you guys have a good night, man. I'm gonna get some sleep, man. I'm tired. I'm dog tired right now. You guys have a good night, man. I'm out with this, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll make another video in the morning when I get up, like I always do. You guys have a good night. I'm out. Good night, Sean Breezy. Peace out, man.